What's up? Chubbs here, hanging out in my office, making some videos and taking some dabs. I wanted to make a video addressing some questions, or a question that I get asked quite often, and that is, how do I make canna butter? Or how do you make canna butter at home? And by canna butter, I'm talking about the butter that you cook with, and not the butter that you dab. In the past, I used to refer people to YouTube and just tell them, go to YouTube, pull up a video. It's real easy. There's a ton of them on there. Everybody's kind of got their own recipe, so you'll have to kind of mix and match and go with what works best for your equipment or your situation. But now I've got another option which I think is going to work a lot better, which is called the magical butter. I'm going to show you guys how it works here in a minute, but first I wanted to get high with you. Sovereignty Recycler. I got my Cosmic Domeless Nail on it, my Vector Torch. Got a Cosmic Dabber around here somewhere with a big old Boss OG dab on it. Here's my dabber. Cheers. Let's go make some butter. Check it out. What's up? Okay, so this is the magical butter. Comes in a nice big box. It's gonna be kind of hard to see me right here, but who cares? The video's about this. This is the magical butter. Comes in a nice big box. It's got some recipes on the back. Instruction manual. Power cord. Some packaging. And then inside here we have the actual unit itself. And this is a magical butter. There you have it. You can see it from the top. It's got some digital settings on there. We'll get into those in a minute. Got a little straining cup. So, check it out. Okay, so I've got everything unpacked and it's pretty simple. I'm going to take this, open it up. You can see the blender. Inside here, you can see down here, there's two lines, minimum and maximum. I'm going to use 5 sticks of butter. I'm going to melt this butter. I'm going to then pour it in here up to the line. If my melted butter doesn't reach the minimum requirement, I'm going to take this bowl of water, dump a little bit of water in there until that gets up to the line, the minimum line. I'm going to dump in my 1/2 ounce of lamb's bread, fire department, Nuggetry lamb's bread via fire department. Once I have all of the ingredients inside the magical butter, I then grab the top, throw it back on, hit the number 2 button right there. It says 2 hours, butter, beep, hit that, and we should be good to go. Let me go ahead and melt my butter. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Munchies kicked in, and I got some cookies and some water. That has nothing to do with the video. Those are just here for emergencies in case shit goes down. As you can see, I've got a bowl. Check it out. This was that 5 sticks of butter. It's all melted now. I'm going to pour that in. I don't know if you guys can see this. There is serious potential for a mess to happen here. So I'm going to try and be as careful as I can. That being said, I know some of you out there are going to root for me to spill this bowl of butter. Let's hope that does not happen. Oh man, if Mrs. Chubbs were to come home and saw that I had 5 sticks of melted butter spilled all over the floor and I had to explain to her how that went down. She's pretty cool. If you hear some clicking over here, it's my dog walking around. She's pretty cool, Mrs. Chubbs is, but she would be pretty pissed at 5 sticks of butter all over the floor. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna stand up for this. I'm sitting down and a little nervous. What's up? I'll be right back. Here goes. Alright, that was quite easy. Now we are just, you can't tell, but because when I turn it like this, whoa, shit. When I do it like this, it kind of moves a little bit. But when I poured that in, I just barely met the minimum requirement inside the machine here. So in order for it to work at its, come on, man, Rain, sit down. Sorry guys, my dogs decided she wanted to walk around. Oh great, here comes all my dogs. There you go, I got an audience right here that you guys can't see, but sorry about the distraction. Anyways, lost my train of thought right there, man, being all baked and having my damn dogs run around. Minimum line, minimum requirement, the butter, I've poured it in. Yeah, I'm going to throw some water in just to make sure that we have enough liquid in here for the magical butter to function correctly. Son of a bitch! Could have been worse. Could have been the butter. Fuck it. We're just going to roll with the punches. I'm going to grab some paper towel. I made a mess. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got a little overconfident after my flawless butter pour and decided to pour the water from a sitting position instead of standing up and doing it. And as you can see, I made a small mess. Quickly cleaned that up, and now we're back in the game. Okay, I've got 4/8, which equal 1/2 ounce of Nuggetry lamb's bread, which is a good sativa. And I'm just going to do what it says in the instructions. It says don't grind it. It says just throw it in there. So there's 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, and last but not least, 4/8. So that being said, let me see if I can show you guys this. Check this out. That's what the mixture looks like so far. I don't know where I had the camera. What's happening? Okay, so you see what the mixture looks like so far. I'm going to take this, close it up. Make sure that the connection is nice and tight. I don't even have it plugged in yet. Sorry about this, guys. I don't mean to make you sit here and watch me unpack this. It's got a relatively short cord, maybe 3 feet, 4 feet, but it will do. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in right over here. Excuse me. Alright. Okay guys, so I've got all my ingredients in the case. I've got about 5 sticks of butter, a little bit of water. I've got a 1/2 ounce of lamb's bread. I put the top on, I've plugged it in, the lights are flashing. Now all I'm going to do is choose my temperature, which in the manual it recommends 160. I'm gonna just set it at 160, see what happens. 160, 2 hours for butter. You'll see right now all the lights start flashing. It goes through a little preset sequence of warm-ups, make sure everything's done right. You can hear it starting to grind, not grind, but kind of do its thing over here. It's heating up. You can almost hear like a boiling sound. Some rumbling going on. Not gonna lie, I'm a little intimidated right now. This thing's pretty crazy. Well, I'm gonna let this thing do its thing. It says it takes 2 hours. It's 11 o'clock exactly right now. At 1 o'clock, I'll come back, open this up, and we'll see what it looks like. Be right back. Actually, I won't be right back. I won't be right back. I'll be back in a couple hours. Check it. Alright, so we are done. It is 1:15, and this thing has been mixing for the last 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to grab some paper towels right now, as well as a paper plate, because I have a feeling this might be a little bit messy. And I am going to now pull the top unit off, or top of the unit off, set it down on my paper plate. Then I'm going to take this container, pour it through the sifter into my glass bowl, and then into the fridge it goes. I'm going to start by unplugging. Start by unplugging it, that way it doesn't accidentally turn on and try and cut me. Smells real weedy. All kinds of steam coming out of here, as you guys can see. I'll go ahead and just sit this down over here. It's a mess. Here is my filtration device that they recommend I use. Make sure you guys can see this. I'm going to stand up so as not to have a... So, there's the concoction. It's hard to see, I know. Oh, here we go. It's hot as shit. Hot, 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 hot. Holy crap, is this hot. Should have thought about that. So basically, it's going to take a minute for this to sift through. Maybe even longer than that. As you can tell, it's slowly but surely. I might have to get some sort of device to scrape the sides. It looks like the chopped up weed is coating the sides of the container, preventing it from being able to filter and sift through. So I'm going to do this for the next few minutes. Hold on. So I'm going to do this for the next few minutes. I'm going to sift this through, and when I'm done, I will be right back. Check it. Okay, so I'm all done. I've strained using the straining cup that was provided. I've dumped my material into my bowl. I'm going to hold it like this so I don't accidentally spill it everywhere. And there is my bowl of green liquid canna butter. I will now take this bowl and stick it in my fridge and give it, a couple hours to solidify. What's going to happen is all the butter is going to rise to the top and the little bit of water is going to be at the bottom. I plan to poke a hole through the butter, kind of tip it to the side and let any excess water drip out, and what's left should be a nice big thick hockey puck, disc of butter. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the fridge. In a couple hours, I'll show you guys what comes out. Okay guys, so it's the next day, and here's my butter. I didn't have to wait overnight, but I chose to just to be sure. This dish that I used is about 8 inches in diameter, and you'll see that the thickness of the butter here is pretty severe. I mean, this is a huge puck of butter, and I wanted to make sure that it was sufficiently frozen, or not frozen, but solidified before I took it out of the fridge. You'll recall that I used a little bit of water inside the magical butter to get it up to the minimum line required for mixing. That water you'll see in the bottom of the dish here. So what happens is the mix that I poured in here contained all the butter and the water. The butter has risen to the top and then solidified, and what's left at the bottom is this little dish. I mean, this little, at the bottom of the dish is this little pool of water. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find a tricky way to kind of scrape the sides of this dish and pull this butter out. So I'll be right back. Check it out. So check this out. I'm using paper towels because it is a big chunk of butter and I don't feel like getting my hands all greasy right now. Look at this monstrosity. It smells so good. How big that is. That's thick. Big giant patty of very easily made, very freshly made canna butter. The magical butter is that simple. I mean, I literally, you guys saw, once I read the instructions and got the process down, I dumped everything in, I hit a couple buttons, I came back a couple hours later, poured it out, put it in the fridge. This is what I got. And this is as legitimate as any canna butter that you're gonna get in any collective. Maybe even more so in that you're able to control how much weed you put into it. So what I'm going to do now is use this freshly made canna butter to whip up a batch of peanut butter Rice Krispie treats. I'll be right back. Just thought I'd show you guys my ingredients really quick before I get started. Of course, the magical butter, which made all of this possible. I'm making some peanut butter Rice Krispie treats, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to melt about 3 cups of this butter into the bottom of a baking pan. Once this is all melted, I'm going to stir in 4 cups of marshmallows. Small marshmallows. Smell awesome. Once I have the butter and the marshmallows all blended together and melted up, I'm going to put together, it recommends a 1/2 cup in the recipe, but I like peanut butter a lot, so I'm going to use a little bit more than a 1/2 cup. Nice big blob of peanut butter. And then once I've got that concoction all blended together, I stir in 6 cups of Rice Krispies, and we will be good to go. I don't have a commercial style kitchen where I can cook and you guys can see me if I'm over there on the stove. I'm gonna have my back to you, so I'm gonna make these and I'll be right back. All right guys, oh shit, that was close. Check this out. The finished product, beautiful as can be. I figure the real test comes in 2 parts. First is going to be the taste. Got some Gatorade to wash it down just in case it tastes like ass. And second is going to be the buzz. So I'm going to get in on some of this right now, let you guys know how it tastes. If there's a super strong weed flavor or if the peanut butter was able to overpower it. And then in 45 minutes or so, I will grab the camera again and let you know how it feels. So here's a nice gooey chunk. Pretty damn good. I got mean cotton mouth right now. I mean, it's definitely disagreeing with my cotton mouth. Big old ice chunk, frozen Gatorade. A little stoner trick of mine. Other than my cotton mouth, it's killer. So I'm gonna eat a bunch of this. Excuse me, I don't mean to talk with my mouth full. I'm gonna eat a bunch of this and I'll get back to you guys in about a 1/2 hour, 45 minutes, and we'll see how it feels. Be right back. All right, so it's been about 45 minutes and I am significantly baked. Check it out. That's how much I ate. It kicked in 15-20 minutes after I got done eating it. Magical butter, it gets an A+ in my book. It was very easy to use, just threw everything in there, hit the button, came back, and it was good to go. So I will definitely be using it more in the future. I'm Chubbs. If you guys have a chance, check out magicalbutter.com. Peace.